Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Mondays with Madison. This week I am joined by another very special guest, Logan Eggleston.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming on. So we have a great interview planned with Logan this week. We're gonna dive into her volleyball career, whether that's been at Texas or with Team USA, and a little bit about her off the court. So make sure you keep watching. So before we jump into the other questions about volleyball and life off the court, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Logan Eggleston. I'm a junior outside hitter from Nashville, Tennessee on the volleyball team here at Texas. I've been playing volleyball since I was in 4th grade. I started out on a rec team and then got more serious when I was in like 6th grade. I grew up playing basketball as well, but I had to make the big switch, the big decision. In around 8th grade, so I chose volleyball, and I think it worked out pretty well.
Definitely worked out very well.
I'm majoring in business management in the Combs School of Business, and yeah, it's kind of a little bit about me.
A little about you. Now we are going to talk about your high school career. So you were 2016 Tennessee Gatorade Player of the Year for volleyball, which is absolutely insane, and 2016 and 2017 Tennessee Volleyball Player of the Year. So definitely huge awards for sure. So what did those mean to you? How was that training like? Kind of everything regarding that in a sense.
Yeah, I loved high school volleyball. It was so fun. We actually won. So I was in high school for 3 years. I graduated my junior year and then came to college. So I won 3 state championships, and it was just an awesome experience. I loved my team so much. We just had like a super great group of girls like in our area, and we just all ended up going to the same high school. So we had like a really, really talented team. Actually, 2 girls that I started playing volleyball with in 4th grade ended up being on my high school team. So we played like all through like elementary school, middle school, and high school together. So it was really fun.
That's the best.
But yeah, we grew up together, so we kind of knew like how each other played. So we were like super close in that way. So it just really helped us, train super hard and like push each other all the time, hold each other accountable. So that kind of led to us just like winning those games, winning those state championships. And again, I kind of give them all the credit because like it was my libero and my setter. Like they're the ones who were like setting me the balls and like making sure I like got to swing a lot. So like I give them a lot of credit for all my awards just because they gave me the ball so much and they like just controlled the court so well and like gave me those opportunities. So growing up with them, like it was great just to see how much we grew from learning how to play volleyball all the way up to like graduating high school and like going to college. So I really give them a lot of credit for that. But yeah, it's really cool just like getting those awards and like seeing, getting recognition because I mean, I'm from Tennessee and volleyball's not like huge there, but like still being able to like, get that recognition in Tennessee. And then like people on like a whole countrywide like aspect getting to like kind of see my name and like know who I am. So it was really cool to get those awards for sure.
Yeah, you definitely get to grow in that sense, which is so cool. Yeah. I ask all of my out-of-staters this question, but what was the draw to come to Texas being from Tennessee?
My big draw to come here was first of all, like they have a great volleyball program. Like they just had a lot of success in the past and I wanted to go to a team that could really compete for a national championship and like compete, get to the Final Four. So that was like one of the big things for me. But then when I actually got here, I just like felt instantly like it felt like home. Just like the campus, the whole team, the whole staff was just like so welcoming and just like super cool to be around. And you could tell that they actually cared about me as a person and not just like as a volleyball player. So that was really awesome. And then again, like the facilities are insane. Just like the resources here are insane. So I couldn't pass up on an opportunity like this to come to Texas. And my parents, they were super like hands off in my recruiting. They were like, you get to make the decision for yourself. Like we don't want to force you to do anything. And like when they like after I told them, I was like, yeah, I'm going to Texas. Like they were like, yeah, we know. Like we felt like they felt the whole they felt the family aspect. They felt the whole like environment was for me too. So it was like a perfect fit.
That's awesome.
It was a good decision. I love it here.
And then touching on your Texas career, you were the 2018 freshman of the year for the Big 12. So describe your freshman season and what that was like coming into Texas and getting that.
Yeah, it was a crazy first season for me. So I actually graduated high school a year early. So it was at the end of my junior year, Jarrett called me and was like, hey, do you want to come this was like March of my junior year. He was like, do you want to come in the fall? And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, like graduate this like May and then come in the fall. And I was like, oh.
You're like, really?
I was like, that's a thing. Like I was like, what? So we had like a transfer and it was just like a big like situation. He was like, we need an outside, but like we don't want to like go recruit someone random. Like we think you're already part of our program, so like we think you're ready. So I was like, okay. So I actually graduated that May. I took some like extra online classes, graduated in May, and then the day after my graduation, I came to Austin and then left for Europe with the team. So I was like,
wow.
I graduated, then the next day I went to Europe for like with the Texas volleyball team, and that was like just first of all like the greatest first experience with the team, just like getting to like, be in Europe. First of all, we were in Slovenia and Italy, and it was just like so fun. And I got to play with them. Like we practiced and like played some different like pro teams over there, and so just like getting just to play kind of like free, and like it wasn't like he was like super coaching us. It was just like kind of like fun. Like we're just kind of doing it for fun. That was just awesome because I didn't like feel like, a lot of stress, and it was just like just play. And like a lot of the girls were like, wow, like you just kind of play. Like they were like, you weren't nervous, and I was like, yeah, because it was just supposed to be fun. So that was like a great first impression for me, just like being with the team and like meeting the team and getting to play with the team like that. So then coming in August, like I already knew the team pretty well, and like we'd already played so many games together in Europe, so I just kind of like filled my shoes, like came right in, and like
you had established your foundation.
Yeah, it was like a super easy fit for me to come in. Like everyone kind of already trusted me like as a player and like on and off the court, and so it was just like my relationships with everyone were already so strong, and it was just like fun to come in and start playing again. So
that's incredible.
It was great.
And what have you personally found motivates you each year here at Texas as you keep continuing in your career?
Yeah, so this is like another like kind of funny story, I guess. So when I was younger, I had a coach tell me like, what are your dreams? You know, like list them out now. And so whenever you like kind of get unmotivated, like think about who you are now, like as this little girl, what your dreams are, and like always play for her. And so that's kind of like my thing. Like I'm always like, I have these big dreams. Like I want to, like in all aspects of my life, like one day I want to start my own business. Like I want to do all these crazy things. I want to play in the Olympics. I want to play professionally for as long as possible. I just have huge dreams. So like I always think like I set those dreams for myself at one point in my life, and I was so passionate about them. So like why would I not just like do whatever I can to reach those goals?
Totally.
So like at Texas, like there's some days where I'm just so unmotivated just because, you know, things get repetitive, school becomes a lot, there's just so much stress that goes on. Yeah, for sure. So I just think like when I was younger, I'd be mad at myself if I wasn't working as hard as I could. So that's kind of like what motivates me and like keeps me going, and that's like my drive whenever I get motivated.
Making little Logan proud.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny to think about, but yeah.
So now we will talk about your women's junior national team career. So you were selected for the team in the 2018 and 2019 summer and traveled to Mexico. And your first year, you qualified for first place and being captain both years. Just so many cool things, especially on the junior national team too. So describe that experience for us, and then your goals going further with the national team.
Yeah, playing for the junior national team was so fun just because I got to actually experience international volleyball. Like usually girls our age don't get that at all, and like you don't really experience international play until after college. So just getting that like experience so young was like super cool for me, and like taught me a lot about where I am as a player and like where I need to be to kind of reach my goals. And then just getting to travel as like wearing Team USA was just like the best experience of my life. One of my first experiences was actually like in 2016. I was on the youth national team, and we went to Puerto Rico, and just like seeing how everyone was just like, oh my gosh, like USA. Like it's so cool. And I was like, oh, like that's me, like they're talking about me. And it was like a really like eye-opening, crazy opportunity. And so like over the years, like just getting to go represent our country and like seeing how many fans we have, like, and how many people love watching like USA volleyball, it's so super inspiring. And so yeah, like just from those experiences, I've like kind of realized how passionate I am about like volleyball, like how much it means to me and how like important it is in my life. And so I've like made so many goals. So like I want to play in the Olympics, like obviously hopefully like 3 or 4. That's the goal. Like I'm just like, let me just like play for as long as possible. So like that's kind of my goal. And I think just like through playing with the junior national team, it kind of showed me that like I could possibly like get to that spot. Like I have like like I have the talent. I know I could get there. Like I feel like I can get there. And then just like getting the honor of like being a captain like kind of shows that they trust me like as a person, just like to lead a team. So it was just like super I don't know, it made me feel really good about myself and like kind of about where my future's gonna go. So I'm excited. Just really,
and it sets a great base for those goals to be accomplished, like you said.
Exactly.
So now we will dive into our person behind the athlete segment, where we just get to learn more about Logan off the court and what she is passionate about. So you are the SAC president. So tell us a little bit about what SAC is and what your role is.
Sure. So SAC is the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. And so we have about 2 or 3 representatives from each team that's part of the committee. And our goal is pretty much just to make the student athlete experience the best that it possibly can be while we're at Texas. And I am the president. So that was a really cool new like opportunity for me this summer. There was like an opening. So I was like, why not? Let me just like try this out. Let me just like go out here and see like what I can do. And so I've actually had so much fun like being a part of SAC and just like getting to work behind the scenes on so many great projects. We have some really cool things coming out actually this spring that are, aiming to help the community and just like make Texas athletics an even better place than it already is. So I'm really excited.
And it's cool to kind of see the administrative, in a sense, side of everything that goes on behind athletics and more of the extracurricular part of it, which is cool.
Exactly, for sure.
And then you have also been very active and vocal about the social injustice stuff that has been happening recently, and you've been posting a lot about it, which has been super important. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so in around May, kind of when George Floyd was killed and just a lot of like the social injustice kind of came to light and we saw a lot of things happening in our country, I kind of took it upon myself to like really start educating myself and like educating others. We had a lot of team meetings just talking about everything because our team is super diverse. We have, we're probably one of the most diverse volleyball teams in the country, I would want to say. So I thought it was just really important that we had those conversations on our team just because we have so many girls with so many different backgrounds, different experiences, and like we wanted to like make sure everyone on our team understood that and kind of like respected that. And so we had a lot of conversations on our team and kind of inspired everyone just to like use their voice for good, and like kind of be on the right side of history with everything happening. We think it's important to like educate others and like use our platforms like in any way that we can. So I've just tried to inspire my teammates to do that, and I think a lot of them have been really vocal as well. As an athlete, you hear a lot, just like shut up and play your sport. Like we don't need to hear your voice, but I've just like seen so much support behind this for me, and like people kind of like applauding me for like not just like sitting back and letting things happen and like not using my platform. So that's like something I've always wanted. I'm always very vocal about things that I'm passionate about. So like I'm just glad that I've seen a lot of support there, and I'm just going to continue to do that. Whenever I see something that I think is wrong, like I'm going to speak up, and that's just something I'm super passionate about doing.
As you should. We're given this platform like as a gift, and so it's a blessing to be able to use it for stuff like this, and I think what you're doing is so important, so it's definitely making a difference for sure. And then your family is also very important to you, so tell us about them, a common theme.
Yes. Very. So my parents are both teachers, which was fun growing up, I guess.
Totally.
Because I always worried about my grades. They were actually super they were super chill. Like they never like brought up school and everything, but like I just kind of knew in the back of my head like I got to do good in school. So dad was my basketball coach growing up, and he's he's a big sports guy, so he's always just been super like motivating, and like he still made sure like I loved the game that I was playing and like just inspired me in so many ways. So he's awesome.
Which is so important.
Yeah, love him. And then my little sister, she actually plays volleyball too. So she's committed, or she just signed actually like 2 days ago. She's going to the University of Alabama.
Roll Tide.
I know. We became so close after I left for college, like, which is sad, like
happened with me and my sister
yeah, it's so
too.
sad. I was like, I wish we could have been like this close when we went to high school together. But she's awesome. She's like an amazing volleyball player. I'm so excited to see where she goes. She'll be really great at Alabama, so I'm pumped to see her.
That's super exciting.
Keep getting better, yeah.
And then you are actually starting a podcast soon.
Free advertising.
So, yes, gotta plug it. So tell us about that and what your goals for the podcast are.
Yeah, so this summer was when I initially had the idea, and I was working on it all summer, and then I was like, okay, I want this to make it like the best that it possibly can be. So I decided to kind of put it on the back end and wait until Christmas break to kind of really get rolling on it. But pretty much the podcast is going to be a platform for different female athletes to get on, just to talk about their struggles in sports, because it's something that just isn't talked about a lot. There's so many things like mental health, body image, just like coming in as a freshman, like how much of a change that is for girls that like guys just don't face. Yeah, it's just a difference, and I feel like it's just not talked about enough. So I wanted to kind of create that platform where we can have like those real conversations and just like talk about like, yeah, like this sucked, but this is how I got through it. And there's so many young girls who are going to go through the same things or currently are going through the same things, and I think it's important that they have somewhere that they can like really see that people are going through the same things as them, and they can learn how we got through it. And so that's just kind of the goal there. I think it's gonna be super cool. There's I know so many girls from across the country at different schools, in volleyball, but then like we plugged. I'm gonna get some soccer girls. We're gonna get definitely some different sports, because like again, like maybe volleyball players experience different things than soccer players or than other basketball players, stuff like that. So I think it's really important that we have that platform and just kind of like have a way for people to see problems that they face themselves and like not feel alone, and like how we got through them. So that's kind of the goal, and I'm really excited to start it. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I think that will definitely be a great resource, like you said, for younger girls too, who are gonna go through the same thing and who are maybe uneasy about it, and it'll possibly give them some reassurance in what they're doing.
For sure.
Logan, thank you so much for coming on Mondays with Madison. I have seriously loved talking to you. It's been great to catch up too. We haven't seen each other in a while, but I hope you all loved learning more about Logan on and off the court. So Please like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for new videos every single Monday with some amazing athletes, because as I always say, we got some great content coming up. But with that being said, until next Monday, see you later, sports fans. Sports fans.
Okay. So cute.
Thanks.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I love how when people have positive reactions
No,
to it, because I felt so cheesy when I was
No, I
first
think it's
making
so
it.
cute. This is literally the best idea. I love that you're doing this.
Thank
Like
you.
it's